Hi, I'm Shoshi, today's host, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Let's Talk Film, a series where contemporary women get a chance to have their voices heard on the latest film releases. Today, we will be reviewing the motion picture adaptation of Les Miserables, directed by the Oscar Award winner Tom Hooper with a screenplay by William Nicholson. I am sitting inside of Eva's, a staple of health in this West Village neighborhood for many years. It is located on 8th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues, just a step away from the historic Washington Square Park and the expansive campus of New York University. And Eva, centrally located to it all, continues to provide healthy choices with its Middle Eastern cuisine and extensive selection of health supplements. Now, let's check it all out. Hey, I'm sitting here with Steven at Ava's, and we are chatting about this fabulous place that's been here since 1978 in New York City. Can you tell us a little bit more about the spot?
Yeah, so like you said, we've been here since 1978. We're both a health food restaurant and a supplement store. We're pretty much a mainstay here in Greenwich Village.
You got yummy looking food here. What kind of stuff do you serve?
Really, the focus of the menu is more healthful foods. All of our foods are high in protein. Mm-hmm. Most of our plates are based on a bed of brown rice or sweet potatoes, okay. Whole wheat pitas. As far as the protein goes, you have anything ranging from egg whites to chicken, turkey, bison, steamed vegetables. We have salads.
Yum.
We also have different types of shakes and drinks. So we have fresh squeezed fruit juices. We have protein shakes that we can custom make depending on what you want in them.
So I also noticed you have like fresh baked, all of your stuff looks fresh baked, and yeah. It was by a lovely lady that I saw who's also been here since 1978 because it's a family-owned business.
Yes, we have some of our vegan pastry options. We have carrot chip cookies and carrot cake.
So she bakes everything fresh?
Everything is baked fresh on premises.
So your supplements, I can get them the same day, right? Which is hot.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, you're welcome to come into the store and do your shopping like you would anywhere else. We do have our online store,
nice.
www.evassupplements.com. And if you are doing an online order and you do live in the Manhattan area, we do have same-day delivery, and the radius from that is approximately Wall Street to Times Square.
I live in the Bronx. What happens if I'm in the Bronx?
Okay. Well, in the Bronx, you're going to have to take UPS ground shipping,
okay.
Which means it's going to arrive next day, which really isn't too bad.
I can handle that. So can you tell us about any specials that you have here?
Yeah, actually, we are doing a special for in-store restaurant customers that mention seeing this episode on your show. So just mention that you saw this episode on Let's Talk Film.
Okay.
And get a 25% off discount.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for having us here, and thank you for telling us about this spot. I will be coming here far more often now that I know it's here. Yay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Shoshi.
And let's meet the panelist, Gerit Quealy. She is a writer on history, on Shakespeare, and on style for NBC's Life Goes Strong website. She also contributes to the Huffington Post and the Biography Channel. And she is a SAG voter, so she has to watch all of the nominated films. Today, we will be reviewing the motion picture adaptation of Les Miserables, directed by the Oscar Award winner Tom Hooper with the screenplay by William Nicholson. So do you feel that Les Miserables was lost in translation from theater to screen?
I just think they're different mediums.
Yes.
And obviously they can do so much more cinematically.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got something different out of it than looking at it and listening to it as a musical. I was looking at it from a historical standpoint.
Right.
And starting to think, wow, how long does it take to foment a revolution? And a little worried about this country. For me,
I was not thinking that.
It was very interesting to me as a piece of cultural history, as far as I think timely with all the 1% and 47% and 99% discussions that we've been having in the last 6 months to a year. To me, that's what had resonance. More than the singing.
That makes sense. Yeah, being from a theater background, I think they did a great job with that part. I was not expecting, I didn't know they were going to sing live when I went into it. When I realized they were singing live, that's where I think I started feeling more, because I know what that's like because I could see it. So I was like, wow. And for me, that was amazing because no one's really tried that before. So I appreciated that. So do you think that this production lacks emotion? I don't.
No, I don't. I don't. And I think they were also passionate about making it and trying this, experimental approach to musical on film.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that passion comes through from all of them, which is why Anne Hathaway is winning all these awards, I think. And
I agree. I think,
Hugh Jackman.
and Hugh Jackman with his beautiful self. I think it's really interesting because, I'm not I don't know how to do the cutting and everything, but the shots were long, so they got to do them in continual shots, which I loved. And so they do them over and over, and I just think that that's beautiful, and it let them feel all that emotion. So that's great. So did you like or dislike this film?
I overall liked it. I got something out of it. That's what I ask when I go to anything, is that I learned something, I felt something, and, my world has opened up a little bit more. So, yeah, absolutely.
I really liked it. I really, when the show was over, my friend took me. She said, so did you like it? And to me, I actually think that the director should get a little bit more kudos for it, because I think from a directing point of view, his choice of being so intimate with the actors was the thing that pulled me in. And I think that that's being missed a little bit, because this directing could have gone in so many different ways. I loved it, actually.
That's true.
So were there any standout or notable performances for you in the film?
Well, I like so many other people, thought Anne Hathaway was particularly amazing. I thought the little kid was adorable and fantastic. No, not the girl, the little boy.
Oh, no, he was great.
They should build Oliver around and have him play the Artful Dodger as soon as possible before he grows. Eddie Redmayne is interesting.
I thought he was phenomenal. I wasn't really that familiar with his work. I could listen to him sing all day. I just think that his singing was incredible. He almost brought me to tears all the time. Anne Hathaway was great, but he, to me, I think was the surprise for the movie. I loved Hugh Jackman's performance. He had his shirt on the whole time. Unfortunately, that's my only problem. I expected Hugh to do a good job. He's just charming and he can handle the role.
Yeah.
But Eddie,
and really acted too.
Yeah.
He really just.
He is. Yes. I like that.
Eponine, though, was one.
She was amazing.
Okay. So
I liked her.
That's my favorite song in the musical.
You didn't like her?
And so that one I really wanted to hear busted out.
Right.
And because it was acted and it just was really brought down. And so that was a little bit of a disappointment for me.
I mean, I think there could have been a little bit more. I mean, the rain scene was but I liked her. I think she will be back in Hollywood somewhere. I just think that they're going to find something to do with her. I know the woman from Glee really wanted that part, and I would have not enjoyed watching her at all. And she actually has played the part she was the only one.
Really?
And then last night, actually...
Lea Michele? Do you mean Lea
No,
Michele?
the woman Samantha Bark, the woman who was in the movie. She's actually the only person who's been in the show on stage.
Oh, I see.
And last night, Anne Hathaway said her mom played.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
The road tour. I've heard her say that before.
Yeah, well, I had no idea. So what were your thoughts on the plot and the script for the film?
Again, I didn't see the stage play, but I was just thinking right now about the injustice issues of it. I mean, the guy stole a loaf of bread, and it just seemed like, and also that whole you can't fight City Hall helpless feeling of trying to get justice and not being able to. And so from that standpoint, I liked it because I do also feel a resonance with this time period, I have to say.
For me, since it has been so long since I've seen the stage play, remembering the storyline was also like, oh yeah. And then the religious aspects of it, I had kind of pushed that aside. And I for me, when Hugh Jackman, the beginning scene when he's singing in the church, and then there's the church and then the cross, I got chills.
Yeah.
Because then it was about everybody's motivated in this film by something, and I think it's that's what's really interesting. Their intentions are, to me, it's like, why are you doing this? Because a lot of times we're not clear about what people's intentions are in certain things, but I really liked that, and I thought it was shown very well. So what about the sound design and the soundtrack? Which to me are also, like the soundtrack, my friend and I were like, the soundtrack is a whole other character in a sense.
Yes, and again, as far as being able to differentiate people, I think that was a little bit of a problem, bringing more certain sounds forward and more in the background. That people were having trouble, because it's all sung, the differentiation, so that you can really crisply hear, so that you can really understand what's going on.
Right.
So perhaps from that standpoint, I don't know, did it get nominated for sound
That's a
editing?
good question. I don't even... I know, right? I'm not sure. But yeah, if you tune out and you're like half listening, you might miss something.
And I do wonder how the score will do, because of the issue of acting the songs as opposed to, full out singing the songs. So I think, again, you have so many choices now as far as getting the Les Mis soundtrack.
Yeah.
That it just adds, for people who are fanatics, it just adds to that
Adds to
canon,
them.
the Les Mis canon.
So who do you think should see the film?
I think definitely anybody. Okay, theater people, because they are going to come out with polarizing points of view, but that's okay.
It's okay. It's part of the dialogue.
Right. And historians, I think, actually, people who are interested in history, Francophiles.
I'm a Francophile.
I can certainly see a lot of groups having appeal to them.
I agree. Theater major, but then the history angle, I totally agree, because there are these catacombs in the edge of Paris with the bones and everything, and I was sitting there watching Les Mis going, that's it! That's where they came from! So I started having this whole history thing going on. So I totally agree. If you weren't here with me today, would you have seen this film?
Yes.
All right, I like that. And now I would like to introduce our online short film of choice that we have discovered and would like to recommend for you to see. Today we will be discussing Helping Hand, a 4.5-minute short directed by Jacques Alplenot. So this film, it's an interesting short to say the least. Did you like it? I don't know how I feel. I'm mixed.
Well, I do. You could say it's about mimes, right?
It's about a mime. It's about a mime.
It's called
Dun, dun,
Helping
dun.
Hands. And mimes have the hands that they use. I think that mimes have a reputation for being irritating, and this film will help you decide
whether
how
or not
you
you're irritated
feel.
or not.
Yes. I was slightly irritated. I have to say. Even the one mime that I like in film is in Mel Brooks' Silent Movie, where Marcel Marceau says the only line in the movie. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little like, as I was watching it, I liked the scenery, because I thought they were like in the
beautifully shot.
Yeah, it's beautifully shot. But then the mime kept popping up, and yeah, I kind of like the way it's shot. Actually, I had no problem with that. The sound was great. Everything was great. Story was interesting, to say the least. Don't want to give too much away, because, like I said, you blink, you're gonna miss it.
And it is a short, so it's not taking too much of your time.
Right. So. If you're a mime or clown lover, this might be for you. If not, you might say, but it's only 4.5 minutes. Right. So you should definitely check it out either way. To have your own
Another
opinion.
Polarizing film.
Yes.
About mimes. Or a mime.
I recommend for mimes all over the world to see it.
I don't know if they'll like it.
Are there any left? Yes, of course. Of course there's mimes left. Or maybe it'll make you want to be a mime. I don't know.
You have to see it to decide.
Yes. You might love it. Enjoy. The link for the short, it can be found on our website on letstalkfilmdotcom. Well, we have run out of time, but I would like to thank you for your comments and for being here today. Very insightful. Thank you.
Glad to talk to you.
It's been a pleasure having you. And it's been a pleasure being here at Eva's. I'd like to thank Demetrios and Steven for allowing us to shoot here. Today we were discussing the motion picture adaptation of Les Miserables, screenplay written by William Nicholson and directed by Tom Hooper. Be sure and check this out and more on our website online at letstalkfilmdotcom, and it is also available on your mobile devices. I am today's host, Shoshi. Until next time, keep watching and keep talking film.
Mm-hmm.